Hi House and Home, I'm Alison Milne from AM Co, and welcome to the Cronk Family Farmhouse. I was lucky enough to meet owners Jodie and Jesse through our children who were in the playground. Fast forward a few years and they introduced me to this beautiful old farmhouse and asked to help with the renovation. Jodie and Jesse purchased the property back in 2016, and it was an old original farmhouse from the county owned by the Cronk family and originally built in 1802. There was a renovation done on the house in 1955 to add to the original structure, and then it was essentially untouched at that point. I got so excited when I saw the house because there was so much character and potential and history and so many things to harness and get into from a design perspective. We were really able to say, okay, let's take this and take that and work with that. And we had an amazing client to also work with. Jodie's background is Scandinavian, so the idea of mixing together this original farmhouse look with her Scandinavian background was very exciting for us. One of our very first problems was structural, and that was established when we started the demolition and found that the original farmhouse was actually built on a grate structure, but the addition from 1955 was built on large timber beams. So we had to start new on that end. What we wanted to do was take what that addition had done in 1955, some of those characteristics and those details, and bring them into the new builds that we had to do so that we could really merge the house and have this cohesive look from start to finish. The homeowners did have things that they wanted in the kitchen for sure. So we brought in the original farmhouse look, Scandinavian background, and then our sensibilities from a design side, and tried to pull everything together in a way that represented all three of those categories. The homeowners chose to have the knobs on the wolf range changed into the pink color that matched the florals from outside that are growing in the county, which is awesome. We used the original beams from the farmhouse. We tried to incorporate woods and things that were matching and that would really have the kitchen just feel like an extension and almost like furniture as part of the rest of the home, not as a built-in kitchen space. I think this gives it a lot of longevity, and hopefully that'll stay like that for years. As it gets worn in and as people use the space and the homeowners and their guests and their friends come to spend time together, I think that will really start to reflect the age and they can build their own history here. The pantry is my favorite room. We had so much fun doing that space together because we wanted it to be a room where the kids could come in and grab just like a healthy snack. Also, when Jodie and Jesse and the family arrive here, they bring a whole bunch of county fruits and vegetables in and are able to set them up for the weekend.
It is really kind of reflective of the whole area, right?
Totally. And we see that a lot. I think it was funny when I was asked to do this interview, I thought, oh, should I bring a whole bunch of flowers from Toronto? And then I was like, this isn't right. I need to pick some things from the county. So we grabbed a few sprigs of things that we loved from the florists, and then we came up and just went out and cut things and made it their own. So I think there's a lot of bringing that outside in and making it feel like it's part of PEC.
This house tour is presented by ARD Outdoor. Transform your outdoor living space into a stunning retreat everyone will enjoy. From our backyard to yours, ARD Outdoor Furniture, expertly crafted in Canada for the summers we know and love.
We decided to do a stop view when you first walk into the house, which is rare for a lot of spaces. Often you come in and you can see front to back. For us, we wanted to have something that represented the house and a moment to just collect your things and get organized and say hello, and then come in and walk around a corner and see the vastness and beauty of this home. There's 22-foot ceilings in the new addition. There's a sunken living room. There's an original kitchen location which has really low ceilings and all the original beams in it. So there's a lot to choose and a lot of adventure when you're walking around. You can see the different spaces and walk through archways and discover different vantage points. So that was really important to us. We really wanted it to feel soft and comforting and almost like you arrive into the house and just go okay, I can relax, right? I'm away from the city, I'm away from my everyday, and you do feel like that. This was actually the homeowner's choice to do this flooring. We ended up doing a poured concrete, which was amazing because we were able to heat it successfully. So in the summertime, it's just a nice, easy in and out of the pool. Feet prints dry really quickly. But then in the winter, it's super cozy and creates a warmth in this space as well. From the living room space, going up a couple of steps into the dining room separates the room, but also gives you that vantage point into the dining space and makes it feel a little more grand and a little more formal. We repurposed the beams in the kitchen and in the dining room from the existing farmhouse, and we were able to reuse them in these spaces. Brings the ceiling down a little bit, adds a little bit of coziness and warmth, and allows that heritage to be seen again. We took the windows down right to the floor to, again, allow for that vantage point to see out into the garden and into all the wildflowers and the nature of PEC. It also allows the sun to stream in onto the floors and warm the floors as well. The front parlor of the original farmhouse is now used as a room for relaxation, games, reading. It's a very fun spot for you to be able to slip away from the entertainment space of the house and do something quiet on a weekend. We kept the original front door as well from the house, which even still had the key, so that's still sitting there as a feature in the room. In the original farmhouse, we had the access to where the stove was venting that we left in the ceiling just as a little bit of a talking point and to show the history of that space. We left the windows in their original locations and just opened them slightly to allow a little bit more of that incredible county view inside. And then we clad them out in wood to match the existing beams that we also left in the house with the flooring. When you go out of the existing farmhouse, there was a stairwell that leads up to the second floor, and it divided into two wings. So we were able to keep that separation. The original staircase, original treads, we just painted them out in a black. They get to have their wing of the house and then the guest suite on the other side. So from a privacy standpoint, it was perfect. We took advantage of windows wherever we possibly could in the house and running them long into the floor where we could on the main floor, and then upstairs chose to go horizontally with them so furniture could actually be placed into the rooms as well, but we wouldn't lose that sight line. There's two little girls in this family, so they have two beds in one room with an ensuite, and then across the hall is the principal bedroom and their ensuite as well. It was important for us to do that simple and understated look in the bedrooms, creating things that you do once, and hopefully someone will renovate it in 100 years and look back and make a video about it as well. Art was a big part of this project as well. Because of the expansive wall space and the windows, we wanted to bring a few very large scale works to the table. The art in the dining room is a large tapestry done by Rachel Duvall. The art in the living room is a collaboration photograph with Nathan Sawaya, a Lego artist, and Dean West, photographer. The art in the front hallway is painter Kirsten Sims, a South African artist. There is a large piece in the front parlor by Canadian artist Alexander Jowett, and we've got a small photograph by Evelyn Benchakova alongside that. Bringing that wood environment that we really tried to focus on in the interior outside was equally as important, but also accentuating the consistency around the house and cladding the entire house in the same material, but in different finishes. So we did a 2.5-inch wide cedar plank with black wood, and we were able to pull that cedar from the decking up the walls and have it age nicely and naturally in some zones of the house. And then in the middle section, we actually burned the wood, an old Japanese technique, and have a black and a nice contrast against the cedar. This was one of those projects for my firm that was really exciting because from the very beginning, initial meetings with the client, all the way through the design process, the redesign process of the architecture that we had to incorporate, through the permitting, through managing construction in a different city for us, and then also getting to be part of that end part of the project, which is the decorating and the artwork and the bringing things to life. And because they're friends, I get to see it and see them living here, and that's really special.